So our next number 2, I guess number 2, is converting fractions to decimals with long division. Or really just converting fractions to decimals, long division is how we do it. Okay, so if we want to divide 4 by 7, and I do recommend, pause the video at this point and see if you can do this. If you want to use a calculator, I have no problem with you using a calculator. Just make sure that you know which number is dividing which and how to put it into your calculator. Both of these have smaller numerators than the denominator. Okay, so if the numerator is smaller than the denominator and your calculator spits out something that starts with a 1 or something bigger than a 1, then something went wrong. Okay, it should be smaller than 1, so it should be a decimal. We're going to go ahead and go through this the long way. So 7 is tired of being oppressed by 4, so he pushes this bar that's between them, which knocks the 4 off, and then the bar kind of turns into a little box, and the 7 is on the outside. 7 is dividing 4. So how many times does 7 go into 4? It doesn't, but we can make it work. Okay, so 7 doesn't go into 4, so that gives us a 0. My lights just turned off on me. Anyway, okay, so 7 goes into 40 though, and 7 goes into 40 5 times. So 5 times 7 gives me 35, and we have as many zeros here as we want because that's still 4, right? It doesn't matter. 4.000, not going to change our value of 4. 40 minus 35 gives me a 5, bring down a 0. 7 into 50 is 7 times, and I'm not sure why I tend to write so diagonally. I'm sorry. 7 times 7 is 49. Try and straighten this out a little bit. 50 minus 49 gives me a 1. Bring down another one of my handy zeros. 7 goes into 10 one time. So 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. Bring down another 0. 7 goes into 30 4 times. That's 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. Bring down another 0. I'm going cricket again. 7 goes into 22 times. That's 14. Luckily the other one's much shorter and I won't have to go through quite as much. 20 minus 14 is a 6. Bring down a 0 again. And 7 goes into 60 8 times. 8 times 7 is 56. 60 minus 56 gives me a 4. And I could keep going, but 4 is what I started with, right? Which means that I'm going to get the same decimals over and over and over again. It's just going to keep going through the same cycle. So my answer is 0.557148 repeating. And that's my answer. That's the equivalent, that's the decimal representation of 4/7. Okay, same thing. Alright, with 3/8, which is going to be significantly shorter. Again, 8 is tired of being suppressed by 3, pushes the bar, and 8 divides 3. 8 doesn't divide 3 though, it can't. It's too small, so we have to turn it into a 30. Really just 3 with decimals. 8 goes into 30. 8 goes into 3 times. And that's 24. 30 minus 24, it gives me a 6. Bring down another 0. 8 goes into 60 7 times, and that gives me 56. 60 minus 56, that's a 4. Bring down a 0. 40. 8 goes into 40 5 times, and that's actually 40, so that comes to a 0. And so our decimal representation is 0.375. That is equivalent to 3/8. Okay, hopefully you know how to do this. You can see this even if you just know how to put it into a calculator. 3 divided by 8 and 4 divided by 7. Okay, double check your work, make sure it makes sense, because math should make sense. Some of the things we have to go through may not make perfect sense right now. Hopefully they make some sense. But think about it, try and make it make sense in your head. That's how you get better at math. Okay, that's that for this one. I'm going to make probably 2 more videos to take care of the last topic.